Could it be Dustin? The thought had barely crossed Dahlia's mind before she instantly dismissed it. No! Impossible! She and Dustin were already divorced, and now they were like oil and water. How could he possibly want to help her? Besides, he didn't have the power to pull this off anyway. You bastard Nolan! You're despicable and shameless! I must have been blind to ever trust someone like you, you scum! I even treated you like a brother-in-law, but it turns out you're not even half the man that loser Dustin is. Now that the truth was out, Florence and James were cursing even more fiercely. They had trusted Chris Nolan completely, never imagining he was just a con artist. Everyone only cares about themselves in this world. You're dumb enough to fall for it. You deserve to be tricked. Nolan sneered. Shut the hell up. You're giving me a damn headache. Edward Spanner barked furiously, immediately quieting everyone down. Mr. Spanner, Nolan said, I only brought this up to make it clear. I have nothing to do with the Nicholson family. I don't know any Hunter Anderson either. The one who killed Trevor was one of them, not me. With a thud, Nolan dropped to his knees, groveling and trying to shift the blame. What do we do with this punk? Edward turned to ask his uncle. Mr. Spanner didn't answer. He stepped forward, towering over Nolan. I don't care what your relationship is with the Nicholson family. I just want to know, who's the killer? Give me a name, and I'll spare your life. If not, you'll die with them. I'll talk. I'll tell you everything. Nolan's eyes lit up as inspiration struck. It must have been Dustin. That punk's the one who killed Trevor. Dustin? That name rings a bell. Edward stroked his chin, beginning to recall. Mr. Spanner! Don't you remember? He's the one who beat you up back then. Nolan added, it's him. Realization dawned on Edward's face, his expression twisting into a snarl. Uncle, that guy Dustin is our prime suspect. Where is he? Mr. Spanner asked coldly. I saw him earlier today at the Triumph Group, but after that I lost track. Oh, right. Dahlia Nicholson is the person in charge there, and Dustin's ex-wife. She must know. Nolan pointed his finger, dumping all the blame squarely on her. Bullshit. Dustin is Dustin, my sister is my sister. They've divorced already. James shot back instantly. Exactly. We've cut all ties with Dustin. Whatever mess he caused has nothing to do with us. That's right. If you want to go after someone, go after Dustin. We're innocent. Everyone scrambled to defend themselves, terrified of getting dragged into the mess. Innocent? I decide who's innocent. Until the killer is found, all of you are guilty. Mr. Spanner declared coldly. That damn Dustin! He's brought disaster down on us all. This is a nightmare. We've spent our lives abiding by the law. How did we end up cursed with someone like him? The Nicholson family broke down in wails. Leave Dahlia here. Lock the rest of them up. Mr. Spanner ordered. Yes, sir. With a signal from the officer, a group of armed soldiers stepped forward and dragged Florence, James, and the others onto military trucks. Nolan, meanwhile, was left standing off to the side. Where are you taking them? Dahlia frowned, her expression filled with worry. What you should be worrying about now isn't them, but yourself. Mr. Spanner stepped in closer, his expression cold. Tell me, where is Dustin? Was he involved in my brother's death? If you give me a straight answer, I'll let you die quickly. If not, I'll bury your whole family with you. Trevor's death has nothing to do with me. I don't know anything. Dahlia denied firmly. You don't know? Mr. Spanner gave a cold chuckle. Seems like you won't talk until you've felt some real pain. With a wave of his hand, 2 soldiers stepped forward and tied Dahlia up. Then, without warning, they suspended her in the air. Let me go! You're abusing your authority! Dahlia struggled, but the more she fought, the more her wrists burned. Abusing authority? Mr. Spanner laughed. You still don't get it, do you? Your life is in my hands now. If I say you live, you live. If I say you die, you die. Now I'll ask you one more time. Where is Dustin? I don't know. Dahlia gritted her teeth and shook her head defiantly. Humph. Still being stubborn? Beat her. Don't stop until she talks. At the command, a burly soldier emerged, dragging behind him a long whip lined with barbs. What are you doing? Dahlia's face turned pale just as the whip came down. Crack! With a sickening snap, her clothes were torn apart as the whip slashed into her smooth back, leaving a deep bloody welt. Dahlia let out a muffled grunt and bit down, barely managing to hold back her scream. Then came the second strike. And the third. Crack! 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 Blow after blow rained down, until finally she could no longer endure and cried out in agony. Her entire body trembled uncontrollably from the pain. The once flawless skin of her back had been flayed, now raw and drenched in blood. This wasn't an ordinary whip, it was a torture weapon, covered in tiny, razor-sharp barbs. After a dozen lashes, even a strong man would have collapsed. Still not talking? Mr. Spanner watched coldly, radiating murderous pressure. Dahlia's lips quivered, her body drenched in sweat. Her face contorted in pain, but her eyes remained full of unyielding resolve. Keep going! Harder! Mr. Spanner, seeing her resistance, flew into a rage and ordered the beating to intensify. And so, the chamber echoed with the sound of lashes and screams. Even Nolan couldn't bear to watch. He lowered his head, silent. Only Edward Spanner grew more and more twisted, grinning wildly. Hearing those screams brought him a strange, perverse pleasure.
And just can't accept it. This can't be the end yet. You promised to never leave, and now you're gone. Can't believe I can feel the world slipping away as you slowly fade from my everyday. You promised forever a love without end, but now I'm left broken, struggling to mend. I thought we were so tied, destined for a lifetime, love with no end, love with no end. Staying in my imagination, memorizing the past time, the secrets, the love, the care. Now they're echoes in the air. I still see your face in every place, feel your warmth, your gentle grace. But now there's just an empty space, and I'm lost in this endless chase. Keeping you in my heart, a piece of you I'll never let go. Though distance brings